Down and distance is the backbone of football strategy. Every play call depends on how many yards are needed and what the situation is. In this video, we'll break down the tendencies you'll see most often, but keep in mind, these are just general guidelines. Great coaches will mix things up on purpose to stay unpredictable and keep defenses guessing. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, the goal isn't usually to pick up all 10 yards at once. Instead, offenses are aiming for a steady gain of about 4 to 6 yards to stay on schedule. That way, 2nd down becomes much more manageable, and play calling options stay wide open. Coaches use what's called 2-down planning, meaning they think ahead about how to move the sticks over the next couple plays, not just one. Defenses tend to stay basic here, which gives offenses a chance to set up tendencies and fake outs for later in the game. Statistically, teams convert right away on 1st down only about 20 to 25% of the time. But when they start a series on 1st and 10, they end up converting the whole series about 75% of the time. 1st and short, or 1 to 5 yards. On my channel, I have a playlist of videos all under 10 minutes that help you see the game like a coach. So be sure to check that out after the video and subscribe so you won't miss the future videos. 1st and short is a golden opportunity for the offense. Teams convert the 1st down right away about 60% of the time, and they'll end up moving the chains on the drive 90% of the time. Because the odds are so good, defenses rarely gamble with exotic blitzes or disguised coverages. They stick to their basics. That makes this an initial down where the quarterbacks can study defensive tendencies and file them away for later. It's also a perfect time to take a deep shot because even if the pass is incomplete, the offense is still sitting pretty on 2nd and manageable. For quarterbacks, this is often a chance to confirm the defense's coverage shell, whether they're playing 2 deep safeties, 3 deep, or something else, which can pay off bigger later in the game. 1st and long, or 15 plus yards. This situation usually comes from a penalty. The offense's main goal isn't to pick up the whole distance at once, but rather to get back into rhythm and avoid digging a deeper hole. You'll see more quick passes and safe calls here, aiming for yards after the catch rather than deep throws. Defenses almost never fall for the play action in this spot since the offense is unlikely to run, and they know the offense is in desperation mode. If the ball is backed up near the offense's own end zone, you'll often see conservative runs just to give the punter more room if the drive stalls. Statistically, the odds of converting right away are only about 10 to 12%, and the odds of saving the drive overall sit around 30 to 35%, so you're probably going to be punting. That's why avoiding penalties in the first place is so critical. 2nd and short, 1 to 3 yards. 2nd and short is one of the most flexible downs in football. Offenses are ahead of the sticks, which means they've gained more than expected on 1st down and now have plenty of options. This is when coordinators love to take their shots downfield because an incomplete pass still leaves 3rd and short, a favorable situation. It's low risk, high reward football. If defenses overcommit to stopping the deep ball, offenses can easily pick up a few yards they need on the next play. Being in this spot is the reward for executing well on 1st down, and good teams make it a point to take advantage whenever they get there. 2nd and medium, 4 to 6 yards. 2nd and medium is a balanced situation where the playbook is wide open. The offense can call a run and still be on track or take a quick pass to keep the drive moving. Many coordinators will call alert plays here, meaning they have 2 options in the huddle depending on what the defense shows. If the defense looks vulnerable to a pass, they'll go with it. If not, they'll switch to a safer run. Conversion rates are solid about 40% of the time, which means convert right on 2nd down, and about 75% of the time, they'll convert the series. Being in this situation puts real stress on the defense because they can't cheat too hard in one direction without leaving themselves exposed. 2nd and long, 7 to 12 yards. 2nd and long is about damage control and setting up 3rd down. The goal is usually to get half the yardage back, making that next play manageable. That's why you'll see a lot of short throws, check downs, or quick runs designed to keep the defense honest. These plays give receivers the chance to break tackles and create something bigger, but even a simple 5-yard gain is considered a win. Teams only convert right away about 25% of the time, but they'll save the drive about 55 to 60% of the time if they stay disciplined. The key here is patience. Don't force a big play, but chip away to stay alive. 2nd and very long, 13 plus yards. Few situations are worse for an offense than 2nd and very long, usually caused by sacks or penalties. Defenses smell blood here and almost always bring extra pressure, hoping to bury the drive completely. That's why screen passes and draws are common counters to the blitz. They use the defense's aggressiveness against them. A well-timed screen can turn into a huge gain if blockers get in space and defenders are out of position. Still, the odds are long, and the main focus is avoiding another mistake. Another penalty or sack almost guarantees the drive ends, which is why coordinators often call safe plays designed just to stay afloat. Third and short, 1 to 3 yards. This is the classic power football situation. About 70% of the plays are runs here, and defenses know it, so they load up the box with extra bodies to plug the gaps. Success often comes down to physicality. Can the offensive line win their one-on-one battles up front? Hard counts are also common, with quarterbacks trying to draw defenders offsides for a free first down. Even though everyone knows what's coming, great short yardage teams keep running it because they trust their strength. Think of the Eagles and their famous quarterback sneak. Predictable, but nearly unstoppable. I made a video on how to stop the Eagles' tush push. You can find that in the description. Third and medium, 4 to 6 yards. On third and medium, defenses love to send extra pressure to shrink the quarterback's decision-making window. Offenses respond with quick-hitting concepts like slants, crosses, or short routes to the slot receiver or tight end. The goal is to create separation fast, often by making defenders run through traffic from crossing routes. This is also a prime down for disguise blitzes, where the defenses hide who's coming until the last second. The offense has to be sharp. One slow read can mean a sack or a turnover, which is exactly what the defense wants. Third and long, 7 to 12 yards. Third and long is a tough spot, with only about 20 to 25% success rate. The offense usually runs routes that go just beyond the first down marker, but these take time to develop. That's why defenses bring heavy pressure to force the quarterback to throw short of the sticks or take a sack. Sometimes teams will settle for a short pass hoping the receiver can make a defender miss, but in most cases, it's a low percentage situation and the defense has the upper hand. Third and very long, 13 plus yards. This is one of the hardest situations in football. With less than a 10% chance of success, most teams don't even try to get all the yards at once. They'll call conservative plays like screens or short passes to avoid a turnover. Occasionally, defenses get too conservative and drop everyone deep, leaving lots of space underneath. That can lead to a surprisingly big gain if the offense catches them off guard. But more often than not, teams just play it safe, live to punt, avoiding a catastrophic mistake. Fourth and inches. Fourth and inches is almost always a quarterback sneak or power run. The analytics are clear. These plays succeed often enough that over the long haul, they're worth the risk. Defenses know it's coming, but there's not much they can do if the offensive line gets low and drives forward. Trick plays are rare here because the high percentage option is so effective. This is one of the few situations where simplicity usually beats creativity. Fourth and short, 1 to 4 yards. Here the decision gets tougher. It's too far for a sneak, but still close enough that power runs and quick throws are in play. Defenses often sell out to stop the run, so offenses will counter with slants, flats, or other quick passes that get the ball out immediately. The risk is high. Fail here and you hand the opponent great field position, but converting can swing momentum in a huge way. This is where coaches show their aggressiveness, and players are asked to execute under maximum pressure. Fourth and medium, 5 to 9 yards. This is one of the most stressful spots for a quarterback. Success rates sit around 40%, but it requires precise execution. Motion is often used before the snap to reveal whether the defense is in man or zone coverage, helping the QB know where to look first, because the ball has to come out quickly. These plays rely heavily on timing and anticipation. Offenses often save special concepts for these moments, designed to exploit defensive tendencies scouted earlier in the game. Fourth and long, 10 plus yards. Fourth and long is a near desperation situation. The success rate is only about 15 to 20%, and the defense has every advantage. Longer routes mean the quarterback needs time, and the defense will blitz to take that time away. Even if the QB gets the throw off, defenders are often in position to tackle short of the sticks. The offense may try to chip rushers with tight ends or backs to buy an extra half a second, but it's still an uphill climb. When these plays succeed, they usually become highlight reel moments because the odds are so heavily stacked against the offense. Be sure to subscribe to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.